my colleagues and fellow co-chairs of the Hepatitis Caucus, Mike Honda, Bill Cassidy, and Charlie Dent, for your tireless work on behalf of people with viral hepatitis. And so right now, I'd like to do something kind of special since Mike has started us off with a little bit of humor. And by the way, Mike is a great champion of hepatitis, of the hepatitis war. Or the war on hepatitis, WOH. He is a champion of WOH. And let's all give Mike Honda a hand for being. And so what I want to do now is just
can't top that.
I had to come up with something. This is a milestone event. And I'm glad to be here with you today to recognize Viral Hepatitis Testing Day. I'll tell you, about 14 years ago, 14 years and 3 months ago, February of 1998, and I was just so tired of feeling sick and tired, and so tired of feeling sick and tired. And my wife was tired of me being sick and tired. When I say sick, I wasn't manifesting any symptoms other than just being tired. And she said, let's go to the doctor and get this thing checked out. And I went to the doctor. At that time, it was esoteric, I guess, to test people for hepatitis C, but my doctor did do that, and then I went back to get the results, and he said, you have hepatitis C. We're going to refer you on to a gastroenterologist. And so I went on to the gastroenterologist, and I said, Doc, how much time do I have after he, counseled me? And I said, Doc, how much time do I have? He said, oh, you got maybe about 20 years. So, you get a good 20 years, But eventually you'll get liver cancer, and you'll need a liver transplant. And if you don't get one, you'll die. And so I said, wow, the clock is ticking. And so I started doing some things then to prepare for my untimely demise. And things like running for office. So I ran for, I always wanted to be here in Congress, but that slot was filled up, and the person in it was doing a good job and very popular. So I had to lower my sights and run for a seat on the county commission, which I did win, and it was a 4-year term. So I waited for a couple of years to get situated in that job, and then I embarked upon my first round of treatment. And that treatment was unsuccessful. Then I waited until I got reelected the second time. I waited for about a year or so, went on and did another round of treatment. It did not clear the virus. Then I saw an opportunity to run for Congress, and so, boom, I said, I'm going to do that. Ran for Congress, won that seat, waited for less than a year. Well, waited for 1 year, and then I took another round of treatment. This one was an experimental treatment regimen. And that one was, oh boy, it was tremendously debilitating. And after that 11, or actually it was 14 months of treatment, the virus came back within 30 days. And so I was able to then make it through another election. And then I decided to embark upon another course of treatment. And this time there was a third drug that was added to the two. And this course of treatment ran for about 6 months. And it ended January 21st. And so February 21st or so, I went to get that 30-day checkup and everything, and the virus had cleared the blood. And so then I went back for 3 months, and the virus was still clear. And so by taking my coat off and doing it like that, I always kind of wanted to do that. So I feel like everything is set for me to be a face of this disease. This is part of my mission in life. And there are currently 4 million Americans infected with the hepatitis C virus, but 3 in 4 have no idea that they have it. And for years, I don't know when or how long I had had it before it was diagnosed, but I was unaware. But I got tested, and I sought treatment, and I'm very fortunate to have beaten this disease. I'm living proof that testing saves lives. Americans infected with hepatitis A, B, and C need to know their status, and they need to get treatment so that they can avoid the far more costly and painful result of untreated hepatitis. Hepatitis deaths can be prevented through promoting early testing, early diagnosis, and linkage to care. Now, it's very important that people in the public, the 4 million people, the 3 million who don't know, and the 4 million who are total, and their relatives and friends, they should know that, there is no stigma to getting tested. And they should know that just because you never used illegal drugs intravenously, or you never had a blood transfusion, that that doesn't exclude you from having been infected with the virus. So that can be something that deters people from getting tested. The fact that they're slapped with a label of, okay, you used drugs back when you were listening to all of that rock music back in the 60s and 70s. So that's a stigma. We don't want to put that on people. And so I think everyone needs to know that if you are a baby boomer and you're born during that period of time, for baby boomers, which is what, 55?
45 to 65.
45 to
70.
60. 45 to 70. We got you in, man. You need to get tested regardless of whether or not you used illegal drugs intravenously or never had a blood transfusion. Despite new treatment options that can cure the disease, the mortality rate associated with HCV has now surpassed HIV/AIDS. Clearly, the time to act is now. That's why I'm a proud supporter of H.R. 3381, which is a bipartisan bill that will require the Secretary of Health and Human Services to carry out hepatitis surveillance, education, and testing. Passage of H.R. 3381 will save lives and reduce future health care costs. I commend Representatives Bill Cassidy and Mike Honda for introducing this important bill, and I'm proud to join you, Mike, as Vice Chair of the Hepatitis Caucus. Now I would like to introduce Dr. Howard Coe. Dr. Coe is a member of a rock band. Oh, I'm sorry. Dr. Coe is the Assistant Secretary for Health, U.S. Department of Health and Human Services. He is the co-chair of the interagency working group that produced the HHS Action Plan. Dr. Coe is a good friend and an advocate for the hepatitis community. Before coming to HHS, Dr. Coe graduated from Yale College, completing his training at Boston City Hospital and Massachusetts General, and he served as Associate Dean for Public Health Practice at the Harvard School of Public Health. Thank you, Dr. Coe, for all that you do. I'll tell you that Mike Honda is contagious. If you didn't have a sense of humor before you came in, you certainly have one now. And so, with no further ado, or without further ado, I'll please join me in welcoming Dr. Howard Coe.